recluse. She was starting to open up again. Except this winter. This winter, she wanted to immerse herself in her writing. Nothing as deep as Dancing on the Moon. Written when she was 10 years younger, it still had taken a lot out of her. No, the one she'd been toying with the last few months was much lighter. And as soon as Cooper's Peak dropped its load of snow, and after this latest storm, it could be any day now, she'd be stuck on the mountain until the spring thaw. Not that she wasn't already stuck. It was a 3-hour hike through deep snow just to get to the lower part of the road. But once the avalanche ran, it would bury the forest road until spring. Last winter, she'd gone to the tropics, staying until her brother showed up. While they got along well enough, 2 weeks of his partying and never-ending string of women drove her back to the mountains. She stayed with Reese and Morgan until the roads were plowed high enough for her and the dogs to hike back up the mountain to her cabin. This year, though, she was writing. And being stuck up here for a few months, longer if she wanted to wait to get her Jeep out, was going to give her the time to finish the manuscript she hoped. But after her first book, with the thrill of the Pulitzer Prize and then the controversy afterward, she wasn't sure she wanted to publish it. Right now, just the fact that she was writing was enough. For now. Chapter 2. Great, Jen murmured. Just great. She stopped the rented SUV, glancing out the windows in all directions, seeing nothing but snow, snow, and more snow. Surely this wasn't the road to the lodge. She reached for the map, printed only as an afterthought. The directions seemed rather simple, and she thought even she couldn't get lost. Of course, not knowing where she was, the map was useless. Writer's workshop in February in the mountains. Sure, sounded good on paper. She checked her phone again, still no signal. She got out, her boots sinking past her ankles into the fresh snow. She saw a road sign, its face covered in snow. She headed for it, then sunk nearly to her thighs. She was obviously off the road, the sign still 5 feet from her. She turned and struggled back to the SUV, then stomped her boots, knocking the snow off. Looking around, she realized she had only one option, and turning around wasn't it. She blew out a frosty breath, then got back inside, thankful she'd at least had the foresight to rent a 4-wheel drive vehicle. She drove on carefully, slowly, realizing too late that she had no idea where the road was. Minutes later, the front tire sunk like a rock. Oh no, seriously? She threw the car in reverse, only to have the rear tire spin uselessly. Ryan frowned as the sun reflected off of glass. She reached in the side pocket of her backpack and pulled out the compact binoculars she always carried. What the hell? She murmured. A black SUV was buried up to the front bumper in snow. What idiot tried to drive up here? The dogs whined beside her, ready to continue on with their hike. She reached down, petting them both absently, her eyes scanning the white landscape. She was torn. Someone could need help. But with the fresh snow from the other day, even using the snowshoes, it'd be a hard 45-minute hike to reach the SUV. Not to mention the forest road was right in the path of Cooper's Peak's avalanche chute. She'd been taking this route daily for the last week, hoping to witness the run, but she didn't want that close a view. She figured they must have followed the snowmobile route up the mountain. Morgan had told her they'd closed the road in early January to vehicle traffic after they'd ceased plowing it. She scanned the area again, not seeing any movement. She was about to go on, assuming whoever was crazy enough to drive up the mountain in the first place had hiked back down on the same route, when a flash of blue caught her eye. She brought the binoculars up again, focusing well past the SUV. "Hey!" she yelled, waving her arms. "Hey! Get the hell out of there!" The person stopped, looking around for the sound of her voice. "Here!" she yelled, waving her arms again. The idiot finally spotted her and waved back. Ryan lowered her binoculars with a shake of her head. "Damn tourist," she murmured. "Come on, girls." The dogs ran ahead of her, and she hoped she wasn't putting all their lives in danger. She walked as fast as her snowshoes would allow, continuing to wave the person in her direction and away from the avalanche path. She glanced up the mountain, finding herself much too close to the edge of the chute. The mountain was swollen with snow, and the warmer temperature today, coupled with the wind, made conditions ripe. It might have been her imagination, but she thought she felt a slight tremor under her feet. Her heart thundered nervously in response. "Come on!" she yelled. "This way!